It's heartbreaking to go in there because it's so cold and clinical now, and that's not the way it should be. The system is built for the sole purpose of looking after injured workers. The Injured Workers Focus Group was put in place for the sole purpose of having a voice inside the corporation. And now we are neither wanted and we're certainly not being heard now because when they changed the legislation, injured workers suddenly found themselves at 13 weeks post-injury dropped down to 90% of their income, and then 26 weeks dropped down to 80% of their income, whereas prior to that you were at 52 weeks before you dropped down. At 13 weeks, injured workers are still going through the medical examination phase, and if they can't afford to drop down to 90%, they go back to work without being fully recovered, and that just exacerbates their injury. We've had an increase in contemplated, attempted and completed suicides. We've had an increase in marriage breakups, an increase in personal bankruptcies. At any given time, I can have anywhere between 60 and 300 injured workers on my books. And that can be everything from and if they've made contact, if they've sent a phone call, sent an email, then that's a contact, and therefore they come onto our books. And then we may only hear from them once. We may hear from them spasmodically, or they may be almost daily contacts, or it really depends on what their need is. I once a week, at least once a week, maybe more than that, I'll be ringing a mortgage, like a bank or a mortgage owner, and saying, "Could we please, discuss lowering the repayment fees for a home loan," or that kind of thing, or the phone utility, or any of the utilities, because injured workers need their phone, and you've got to keep them somehow connected to the rest of the world. So that means ringing the phone companies, ringing the gas companies, ringing the power companies, and asking. The only thing I can't do is get them registration reduced or extended. Once your car is unregistered, it's unregistered.